All right, welcome everybody. I'm Shelly from Thryv, and we have the team here. We've got Christy and Taylor and Michael. Thank you all for joining. If you would like to add comments, please go ahead and give us access through the link here, and we'll be able to pop your comments on the screen while our team is chatting away. So Christy and Taylor are going to lead the charge here and go through some really awesome insider tips on time savings ways you can use Thryv. So I'm going to turn it over to you two, and go for it, guys.
Good morning, guys. It's so nice to get to talk with you guys live. Taylor and I have been really excited about this event. So we're just going to kind of jump right in. We're going to go over time-saving tips settings or things you might not be doing in your Thryv to kind of help you save time as you're going through, because once it's set up, it works on its own. So I'll start with the first tip. So it would be making sure that you have your staff assignment set up for assignment rules. When you're talking, like whenever you get a communication into your Thryv inbox, where does that go? Is that going to your primary admin, which would be like usually the business owner? Is that going to that person who might be out in the field, might be out in services, or is it going to like your office? Is it going to the person that's mainly working in the Thryv, making sure that appointments are scheduled, communication is followed up on? We want to make sure that that's going to the correct person. And you can set a default where it's not to whomever that may be, whatever role they may be in, by going to the settings and then going to your staff. This is just one of our demo accounts. And you can see on to the right of staff members, you have assignment rules. Once you scroll over to that, you can see where you can set a default assignment. So your default assignment is going to receive any kind of new lead that comes in, any kind of payment or documents or anything that needs to be followed up on that's not already assigned to someone. And then you can, as you can see, you can just open that up. It'll default to whomever the business owner is or the primary admin. But you can go through, like for instance, my default is Sally, because that's my office world. She's the one that goes through and does all the assignments. So our tip to you is just make sure that you have that default set to whomever is going to be following up on that communication. And then you can also go through some of the other rules where you can make sure, like if a client is reaching back out, if that interaction is going to them and not, or you can set it to go to the default person. If that person's always in the office, always going over those interactions or making sure that everything's managed, you can definitely do that here through this setting by choosing one of these two options. Or for client bookings, those, if you have it set to where a client can choose their own staff, you can have it to where each time they have to choose a staff, or it'll just go back to the person they were with previously. If they've got if you've got that loyalty, very common in hair salons, like somebody goes in, they want to go to the same person they've been with previously. But maybe for oil changes, that might not be the case. So just kind of set it based on your preferences and like what your clients actually like to do. Next, Taylor's going to go over some tips on how to basically get clients to help you follow on social media, help give your social pages more exposure, and also help you get some reviews.
Yeah, thanks, Christy. So our next tip is going to be how to promote your social pages and invite clients to leave you an online review. So to do so, we're just going into our settings and going into our auto client messages. And in here, we actually can insert links for those to follow us on Facebook and our booking request auto reply. And what that means is when a client goes and requests a booking with your business, they're going to get an email, and it's going to have that link where they can go to your Facebook page to learn a little bit more about your business or even like you on Facebook. So it's a great way to promote your Facebook page. And to see what that looks like from the user's point of view, I have the email right here, and from here I can just click this link and then it will open directly to the Facebook page. And then to promote reviews for your business, we can add a link to our Google page and the post-appointment follow-up. So once the client has completed the appointment, they're going to get this auto message going out to them, thanking them for their most recent visit, but also asking them to leave us a review on Google. And to see what that looks like from their point of view, here it is right here. And from here, all they have to do is click that link once again, and it'll link out directly to the page, and then they can go in and leave a review for your business. So those are two ways to easily promote your Facebook page or social media pages, but also to link out to your review sites to gain more reviews. And then next, we're going to go over our auto campaigns and how you can set that for a service date to invite clients to come back to book with your business. And Christy's going to go over that tip.
Thank you, Taylor. Yeah, so a common thing about clients, especially right now, is you want to get that client loyalty from people. So if you're like me, I forget. If someone doesn't remind me to do something, I forget. So I have my phone set up for reminders. It's a good business practice to remind your customers to come back if you have something like a repeat service. And everybody has a wide variety of those type of services. It might be, hair and color, haircut or hair color, getting an oil change, getting your pet groomed. These are things that are common things that you want to remind your client to come back for. So there's an easy way to do that in Thryv. For instance, like I have my example, I have Betty Johnson. She's come in, she's seen me today. She got her dog groomed. So I have her pulled up, we've checked out, she's left for the day, but I want to remind her to come back and see me. So what we can do, so once we click on Betty, she came in, she was one of my new grooming clients. I'll go ahead and tag her. So I'll go over to her information. So we can trigger an automated campaign to go out to this client based off of a date in their client field. Their client card. So that's really easy to add. So we would actually, since we want her to come back based off of like her last appointment today, that date which would be like today. So we can add a field. Just go to add client field. It would be a date. So we can trigger that campaign because it's going to all go based off this day. Say if it was the last appointment date. And I'm not going to put it on any forms because it's something I'm going to do internally. It's something I'm going to notate anytime that Betty leaves. Every time I'm just going to put that date so that the email campaign will trigger based off of the time frame that I'm going to set up. I'm going to add that field. Now that field is here in the bottom. I'm going to move it up a little bit so that I can see it whenever I'm talking to her the next time. So I'm going to put it right underneath email. So now that's all on everybody's client card. So I can actually go over to marketing and go over to automated campaigns. And I can go down to add automated campaign. And you can choose from some of the templates we have. I'm going to create my own. And if you're getting lost in any of these steps, I've created an article for this as well that gives you step-by-step more slowly. And we're going to include that in the link after with the recording. So don't be, if you're trying to take notes seriously, don't worry about it. I've got step-by-step for you later. So we're going to connect with clients around a specific date. So we're going to choose this option. And then we're going to choose that field that we created, the last appointment date. And you can do it based off other dates as well, depending on what you have set up. So we would go through and enter in all of our details here. And most of you should, would have known how to edit a campaign. So I don't want to go through that, and I use up a lot of time that way. So I've actually already created one. So I have this one here. So I've got it where it's that time again. We've got it where it's going to address the client by name. It's going to be like, hi, Betty. It's been 8 weeks since your last appointment. It's time for the fur baby's next grooming. She would receive this email 8 weeks later when it's time for her to go in and schedule her next appointment. She can click here. It's going to go directly to the grooming menu. And then she can pick her next, how she would like that to go. So the putting in the contents, one piece, but also setting everything up to trigger. So we would want this to go off the last service or the last appointment date. And since we want it to go a small amount of time after, you'd want to define that. So if it's after like 8 weeks out would be 54 days. I pre-did the math. I didn't want to have to do it in But so 54 days from now, this client's going to get reminded that it's time for their dog's next grooming appointment. And it's going to go out at 8 a.m. I'm going to save that change. That's all set. And this is actually, we can set it up to where you can section what clients receive the campaign. So like say if you have clients that only come in for like grooming, or maybe they only come in for baths, or if you're oil change, if they come in for an inspection or they come in for oil change, you can split these up based off tags. So for instance, this will go to a filtered, it can go to all my clients, or I can filter who's going to get this. If you'll notice at the beginning, I tagged Betty as a grooming client. So it's only going to go, this campaign will only go to my grooming clients. And that's an advanced thing. You don't have to go that if you're not doing tags. It's not required. You can just go to all clients. It just kind of depends on what you want. And then for delivery method, you can change this. If you get clients that they're opted into your email to text message campaigns with you, and that's the way they prefer it, you can get them into text messages. You can change the initial message that goes out in the text, and it'll provide a link where they can go and see the full fleshed out campaign. And if you don't have their phone number, it will send out via email. So you can kind of pick and choose how you want that to go. I'm going to go with email, and I like that subject. So I'm going to say, okay, check that. And then I'm going to press done. That campaign is built. So all I have to do is turn it on. Notice I've been playing with this a little bit. So I've already got clients who have a custom date already populated. So I'm going to press confirm. So now I'm going to go back to Betty. So say I've pre-done that. I'm working with Betty today. She's come into my office, and I can go through, and now I'm on her client details. I can actually go into her last appointment and say if she came in today, I would select today's date. And now 54 days from now, 8 weeks, she's going to get that email letting her know that it's time to schedule her next appointment for her fur baby. And so you don't have to go and set up that campaign each time. I know that was a little bit longer process. That's done. Now, anytime you have a client, so say if my next client were to come in and it were to be Adam Brown has come in, all I have to do is make sure that he is a grooming client, and then go over to info, and then select his last appointment date, which would be today, and then it's done. He's going to get that campaign in 8 weeks. And that's all you have to do with new clients you want to come back to you on a regular basis. So like I said, I'm going to include the article with the recording to kind of walk through that step-by-step process a little bit so you can do at your own pace. But we think it's a really, really great way to set up something with your clients to just constantly have that little touch with them. And plus you can customize it, put in your own wordings, and it'll be really special with them. So I'm going to kick it back over to Taylor, and Taylor's actually going to work with you and show you how to set up a social posting plan for like your Facebook or your Twitter or your Instagram.
Yeah. Thanks, Christy. So the social content piece isn't available to all packages, but we wanted to go ahead and go over the posting plan. So the posting plan is an easy way to schedule out content ahead of time inside of the social content tab of your Thryv, and you can schedule that out to go across all your social networks, and it will automatically post on its own, so you don't have to do anything. So it's a little bit work up front, but it's definitely one of our best time-saving tips, so you can save time without having to go into your social networks each day and then post in there. So to do so, to begin, inside our social content tab, all we have to do is click Post Plans. And then from here, I'm going to choose New Posting Plan. And once I've chose that, I'm going to name my posting plan. And then from here, I can select the networks that I want those posts to go out on. And then after this, I can choose the times that I want these posts to post on. So I can either do recurring, or I can go in manually and select all these dates on a calendar. But the recurring dates are going to automatically default to Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m. But we can also add additional days or remove days by clicking these plus or minus buttons right here. But if you also have more than 30 likes on your Facebook page, you can actually schedule these to go out at a peak time, which means the time that most of your Facebook users are on Facebook. So once we've selected the days that we want this to go out on, we can select a start date, or it's automatically, if we select no start date, it's automatically going to go out on the closest date. So this would go out on Monday. And then we can also select an end date. If we don't select an end date, then this plan is just going to automatically keep running until all of the posts inside of the library are posted. So let me talk about the library. I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. But inside of here, we have tons of industry-related posts are automatically inside of your Thryv that you can choose from to put inside of your posting plan. Now, so all I have to do to search inside the library is just enter in what I'm looking for. So I'm going to enter in pet groomer. But I can also filter by either a tag or a keyword inside of here. Let's say I just want dog pet grooming posts. And then as you can see, I can see how many posts are remaining in this plan. So how many are automatically going to go out and when this last post date would end. So June 1st, 2026, which is why we specify when you set an end date, you can either run it till the plan is depleted and June 1st, 2026 are deleted. And then you can either specify an end date. So once I've done all of this, all I have to do is click next. And it's automatically creating the plan. And once it's created that plan, I'm automatically brought to this tab. And the reason why is because you see this plan right here. I can click expand. And I can actually go through and see all of these posts. They're still loading right now, but I can go through and see all of these posts that are entered inside of here. But also I can go to the content calendar. And once those posts are added in here, then I can go into each individual post and add a photo to customize it just a little bit more. And that's what we recommend. These posts default to text posts, but definitely go in and add a photo of maybe a dog that you've recently groomed to just personalize it a little bit more to your business. But that's one of our best time-saving tips is the social content posting plan. And up next, Christy's going to give us a sneak peek of the new scheduler.
Yes, thank you, Taylor. Yeah. So those are like the time-saving tips that we've been talking about, but now we're going to get into like the sneak peek stuff. So if you look at what I have, I've kind of split my screen. I've got on the right side is our current scheduler. This is how our current scheduler looks. And then on the left side is how the new scheduler updated look is going to be. You'll notice there isn't a huge difference. We're not changing everything. We just updated the look a little bit. So for instance, we've got all your categories broken out. We have the pictures are a little bit bigger. That has been a request that we've gotten through Thryv feedback. So I'm going to go through, you can kind of see how this is how the current scheduler looks. And as you can see, it takes a little bit more scrolling to go through the next one, but the pictures are bigger, it gets a little bit more detail. And if you'll notice, like it's also interactive. So if I click on basic grooming, it gives me my item description that way. It says pamper pup with a bath and trim. If I go into nail trim, it gives me the description for that. And it's a little bit more interactive. It's got a different look to it. I like this one. It's like, let us pamper your pet with your soothing oatmeal and lavender bath. It's giving a little bit more attention to your item descriptions. Where in the old system, it just had it kind of underneath the basic title. It didn't have that interactive piece to it. So let's go through basic grooming. I'm just going to book a basic grooming service. And I will walk through the current system. So you'll see how it's got a little bit of a different setup. It's got rounded pictures. You have your whole staff off to the side, just as you can now. I'm going to choose a senior groomer, and then it'll click over into the calendar, just the way it does here. And you've got a little bit different setup where you've got the price still displayed over here, the duration, where here you can only really see the title and the staff member. You'll also notice something that we added was we have day parting. So if people want to do an afternoon meeting or morning or an afternoon appointment, or even if you offer evening options, they can go through and you can select to do day parting in the new scheduler or select not to. You can, if you like it for it to display all the appointment times. Currently, it'll only display all the appointment times. And it'll change. So if I'm in the afternoon and I move to the next day, it'll show me the next day's afternoon appointments. So if I'm specifically looking at afternoon. So let's say I want to book my appointment on Tuesday at 2 p.m. This is how the current scheduler looks. And we move over, and I didn't match all the fields quite. I didn't go through putting all of that information in there, but you can kind of see the same look and difference. You keep the interactive picture with the new scheduler just to keep it, nice. People like to see pictures of your work, and so that's going to be something very present on the new scheduler. So when clients go through, and you can pick and choose what information is going to be on this in the intake forms, just as it is today. And then once you press confirm booking, perfect. And this is great. And then it asks you if you want to book another. Perfect. And then it gets them to log in just the same way it does with the new current scheduler. But that's going to be an updated look. It's something we have coming out in the next couple of weeks. We just wanted to give you guys a sneak peek of it. If you have any questions, we'll be taking those in just a minute. But Taylor's going to go over a new program that we've launched for our referrals. So Taylor, if you'd like to go ahead and show them what that's going to look like for them.
Christy, hang on 1 second. I'm going to pause here with a question from our audience.
Perfect.
If I can get it to come up here. The question was, is the schedule only for online scheduling?
So this would be for all the services that you have displayed online. If you're hiding services, it's not going to show up on your service menu. So that isn't going to change from how it is currently to what we're going to do with the update. So it's going to be, this is just an updated look. It's not going to change a lot of the functionality except for like the day parting. And if you're doing a lot of where you don't offer online scheduling, all your functionality is going to stay the same.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, take it away, Taylor.
Awesome. Thank you. So next we're going to go over our referral program that we just launched. So to get to the referral program, you can access it inside of the app market and then go to My Account. And inside the My Account app, you'll just simply click Launch App. And then once you are inside your account manager, you'll just go to the referral tab. Now the referral program is an easy way for you to share your referral link or send an email to people that you know would love Thryv. And so to do so, all you have to do is go to, I don't know if is my screen up yet? I just want to make sure I was sharing. Okay, perfect.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, so like I was saying earlier, you just go to the app market and then you just go to My Account and then you're just going to click the Launch App. And then inside of the referral program, it's an easy way to either share your referral link. You can copy this referral link. You can share it on your Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. But you can even send a referral to a business owner that you know would buy Thryv. And once you've sent those referrals, you can actually see the status of all those referrals inside of your referral program. And so you can see that like demo completed, or you can see that I sent this one and I can remind my referral that I referred them. But I can also see when someone's purchased it and I can see how many credits I've earned. So $100 towards your next Thryv bill is for every referred user if they do purchase. But I can also see all of my potential credits in here as well. And to give you an idea of what it looks like from the user's point of view when you're referring them, they're going to receive an email from you telling them about the Thryv program, and then it's going to link out to them getting a demo. So it's automatically going to open up. And then here, you can see like your name and then your business, referring them, and then they can go in here and automatically book a demo with our demo team. And then from there, it's super easy. So that's our new referral program. It's just an easy way to earn money by loving Thryv and sharing your referral link.
Perfect. Thank you, Taylor. That's great. So we highly recommend if you want to earn some credits on your Thryv account, and this group is made up of people who love Thryv. So we'd love it if you if you want to recommend it to other people. We want to make sure that you get paid for helping us spread the love. So we appreciate anything that you do, and this is just a way that we want to show that to you with the referral program. That's pretty much everything that we had to present today. We would love to open it up to questions and talk to any of you guys. This is Shelly. She's she handles a lot of our marketing for our social campaign. So if you follow Thryv Facebook, she's the engineer behind all those great posts that you see on our Thryv Facebook page. And we also have Michael Greenberg with us as well. This is our senior Thryv product manager. So he's awesome. He knows everything in Thryv. He comments on the Facebook page from time to time. So if anyone has any questions, we'd love to open it up. And you can just do that by commenting directly into the Facebook live feed. There is a comment section. Just by submitting a comment, it'll show up, and we'll be able to go through and answer that.
Yeah, and while we're waiting for some questions, thank you, Taylor and Christy. You guys did great there. And just to let everyone know, this is going to now be kind of a recurring type of Facebook Live that we want to do as much as possible. We have a lot of great releases that are coming out over the next few months here, so you're going to be seeing a lot of us, which hopefully that's okay with all of you. So we want to make sure, since you're part of our Facebook group, that you guys kind of get those exclusive looks before everyone else. We know that you've taken the time to sign up to be in this group. You give us feedback. So we want to make sure that you kind of get those first looks at new features of Thryv.
Michael, can you give any other kind of insights on what's coming up in the next few months?
I'll do it. Yeah, so a few things that are kind of coming up, that we'll start giving a lot more info on. But one of those items that will be coming down the line here, in the next few weeks to a month are packages. So for example, if you are a yoga studio and you have 10 classes, you can now actually give a package. If you are a groomer, or if you are an HVAC company and you do a service type plan for the spring and fall. So we're actually going to be implementing that. We'll give you guys a full overview. And then something else that we're actually going to be posting about soon is an insights report. So if you are part of our Thryv 4.0 packages, we are going to eventually here be giving you a report that you can see it based on the frequency that you want, whether that's weekly, monthly, how you're doing inside of your Thryv, how your staff members are doing in there, your payments. And it'll be kind of an aggregate report that you can see the health of what you're doing as a business inside your Thryv. So we're actually going to be launching a beta program where we're going to actually have our Facebook group test out the insights before anyone else. So we're going to be announcing plans for that pretty soon. So we're really excited for that. So look out for that post. I think Christy and Taylor will be posting about that probably in the next week or so. So that'll be really exciting to get your feedback, thoughts, see you in there, see if there's anything you want changed or that you would think should be different. We really want to take your feedback on that. So we're excited to launch that to all of you.
All right, great. Well, with that, we will wrap things up. Thank you so much to Christy and Taylor for all those great insights, and thanks to everyone for joining. And we'll fine tune this process, and we'll see you guys again soon. Thanks again.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, guys.